What's up, party people? You like that intro, Kadin?
That was a great intro. Although I
I
do have a suggestion for it.
okay.
Everybody keep it exactly the same, but everybody needs to have a beard.
If you Photoshop everybody to have a beard, I will play that every
You
time.
send me those stock photos and I'll do it.
You know what it was for the longest time I wanted an intro because I was so jealous of everybody else who had one.
Mhm.
And then someone was like, I was like, I don't know what to do because I write. So it's not like I can put a bunch of pictures of me drawing or something. And then
Yeah,
somebody was just like, why don't you just use a bunch of stock photos of like people writing?
it works. You got that groovy beat behind it.
That you know what that is? That's Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails royalty free song.
Oh, that's cool. That's
He
nice
put
of
out
him.
well, I think he was fighting with his record company and he made a whole bunch of music. And at one point he was like, screw it, I'm just gonna release it. And it's like 4 albums of just instrumentals that's all royalty free that you could
Dude,
just
I didn't know about that. That sounds cool.
yeah, it's very cool. I try to use it from time to time. But anyway, we're not here to talk music. We're here to talk comics. And this is right now the show where I scream at a guest to try to write a story in
Oh
real
boy.
time.
Yes.
It's always a good time. I always have fun doing this. But before we get into the craziness, we have to do the standard plug and stuff like that. And Kate, is this your first book?
Yeah, this is the first comic I've ever made. My
It's
first
it,
time plugging it anywhere.
oh, I am honored
It's a lot of firsts for me.
to be your first time. You know what the weird thing is I've read this and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
You're
fun.
you're one of the few people who have.
You know what it is? I got the raw version though. There's no colors, and
It's true.
I think once color gets into this, it would be even better because you can
I
just tell just by your pre-launch image that color is going to
Yeah,
play a big part of it.
color is kind of like my favorite thing to do, so it's definitely going to take it to a new level once I get that in there.
How long did it take you? It was like 40 pages. How long did it take you to draw the whole thing?
Like 4 months,
Oh,
which
that's not
it,
bad.
yeah, I mean, considering it's my first time, there's a lot of growing pains. Like I'm thinking about it a lot while I'm doing it, whereas a professional knows exactly what they need to do. So I'm still learning a lot of lessons as I go.
I can't really do that because when I can't draw. So it's not like if
Mhm.
something screws up, I'm just like, all right, let's scratch out that panel and redo it. I could do that for lettering because I letter my own books. So I do it really fast. And if I need to
Oh
change
yeah.
something, I'll just change it. But when I go to an artist and I'm like, draw my script, it has to be perfect.
Hmm.
I can't really change a whole lot.
And you have to pick and choose which panels you want to like dispute and try to get them to make
Yes, yes.
changes.
So every
Yeah.
single time if I wanted to, I can submit like 40 pages of notes with every single layout that I get. But at some point, you just have to trust the fact that you're working with an artist and they know how to do certain things.
Yeah,
So
the counter to that, like the problem that I get for being the person that does both is it's all just my time and it's never finished. So at some point I have to just say pencils down. I'm moving
I
on.
I said this quote, I think, on a different show. I actually saw this quote in a comic. I think Tony Stark said it. Art is never finished; it's only abandoned. Which I think he was quoting. He was quoting somebody else.
Yeah, I think somebody no, Tony Stark said that.
No, Tony Stark totally came up with that. No, he was quoting someone, but that's where I was introduced to the quote from. It was from a
I
comic.
agree with that 100%.
Yeah,
Because I could tweak it forever, and so eventually I just have to let go. But let me actually plug it
you
instead of
should
just talking.
talk about the book instead of just us rambling about
Yeah, about
making.
process, which I like talking about process a lot, so I can do that all day. Uh,
Hit me with the pitch.
okay, so if I had to like describe the essence, this is a comic book about those times where you have a piece of media, like a favorite movie, a favorite book that you love so much that you just want to share it with your friends, and they don't really want to. Like there's little bit of friction there, some resistance, and you wish you could just make them do it, And Loogie does that in the book by challenging them to a wrestling match and saying that if they lose, then they have to watch her favorite movie.
Just got a new follower while we're here live on air.
Oh my God, really? That way this works?
Yeah. Well, when it's me, that's how it works.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Cool hearing you describe the book after having read it because, yeah, that's what happens, and it's a very cool scene. And that's like it's one scene in the book that's like encompasses so much more. But
Yeah.
I mean, that like kind of describes who she is. She just wants friends to
Yeah, she's a
love what
little
love what she
precocious.
wants.
She's not your typical slime girl.
No, no, it was a very fun book, a lot of action, a lot of adventure, and not like you know what it is? So many dystopian books are just so dark and gloomy. You
Hmm.
know?
See, I
This
didn't
is
even
not that.
mention that because I don't think that. I think if I mention that the fact it's set in the post-apocalypse, it will
Oh,
color people's impression of it.
am I ruining things here
No,
by
you're good.
No, but yeah, I think that's important to note is that post-apocalyptic dystopian stories don't have to be one thing. You know, it's just a setting.
It's
and
true.
and you created a fun modern adventure in a dystopian setting, which is dark and gloomy, but you don't have to make it that. You decided to make it something else,
No,
which plays right
have you
into your
ever
strength.
watched the cartoon Adventure Time?
I haven't, but I see it like I know of it. So
That is in a dystopian setting,
yeah, okay.
and it's so
So
colorful and fun and goofy, and it's very similar to what I'm doing.
and then you can get stories that are full of like happy Muppets that are just dark and killing people. That could work. It goes both ways.
Yeah,
But so yeah, follow Loogie. I've read it. It's a fun book, and Kadin's going to make it even better when it's in color because apparently I'm not good enough to read the color
you can read it again if you want.
version. Well, you know what it is. Her hair is so important to the story, and
Yes,
it's translucent. So without color, it's just like what's going on with her hair.
it, it's
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 it's a
very
little.
confusing. That's why I put that like thin layer of white in there, just so I can keep track of it.
So anyway, yes, go follow. When is it you planning on going live?
Man, I hesitate to give a date because I've already thought to myself like I'll have this done by February, but that's proven not to be the case. And so I don't really know how long it takes me to do each of these phases of inking and coloring. So I don't want to say exactly, but I would probably put it maybe 2 months in the future. I
You could,
probably need.
you know what? You could just leave it pre-launch forever and just keep racking up followers.
That's the
Like,
plan.
anyway, yes, go follow it along because whenever it does go live, it's sure to be a hit. I don't
I
know.
know this though. The second issue will be done in record time compared to this one after learning all the pitfalls.
Yes, that's usually how it goes. It goes once you streamline the process, it goes a lot simpler. So now we are going to transition over to our main event, which
Yes,
is us
that's
writing a
right.
story. Let's write a story. Did it work? Did it switch over? Yes. So the way this works is I will write his first sentence, and then Kate will write the next sentence, and we will keep alternating until we have a completed story, which will take, I don't know, anywhere between half an hour and 45 minutes or so.
Mhm.
Today's theme is beach. And the reason for beach is because when I first saw Loogie, it looked like she was on a beach. She's
Fair.
got like a swimsuit looking onesie on. I thought
Yeah,
she had a snorkel or something.
she does. She does.
So I was like, this is about a girl on a beach. It's just not true after I read it.
No,
But that's where I got that from is my
that works,
idiocy.
man.
I was just like, yeah, chick, bathing suit, snorkel, beach. That's pretty much how I come up with the format for my for my
When
work.
I was just like writing like ideas for future issues. Somewhere in there, there is one just called Beach episode. So
Oh, that's dystopian beach. That should be a lot of fun.
yeah,
So anyway, that's how we're gonna so if the theme is beach, then that means each sentence has to have some beach element. So usually I'm very specific with this. It's like superpowers. It has to be a superpower. But with beach,
Hmm.
it's kind of like anything beachy. You could, I don't know, sandals, beach umbrellas, chairs,
Okay.
water, shells, crabs. I don't know. Whatever. We'll make it up as we go. But anyway, I have to
That's
kick
way
this.
less strict than some of the previous episodes I've watched.
Well, I'm giving you a break. I'm giving
All
you
right.
I'm giving you a little bit of a break. You know what? I'm giving myself a break. This is stressful for me too. You know,
True.
I you think I like writing in front of people? This was a terrible idea to come up with this show.
It's your show.
I know, because I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay, little. You know what it is? I keep whenever I come up with boys' names, it's always like Tommy or Jimmy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Ike. Little isn't Ike the name of the kid from South Park, the baby?
Yeah, he's also
Little,
a Fire Emblem character for all the weebs out there.
little Ike couldn't wait to go to the beach with his family. I'm just lofting it up. That's a softball for you. So I
Okay.
just used the word beach. That was he started off easy. Now you
Oops.
have.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? This is the first time I've done this that the actual person's name is on there. Usually it just says like anonymous hippo or some weird animal.
There you go.
Maybe because you're logged in. He has a grudge match with a one-eyed seagull to settle from the last time his family visited this area. Somebody's watched this show before and and knows how silly it can get.
I watched a tiny amount.
That's all you have to watch. That's all I can
Yeah.
stomach. I before you realize that this is ridiculous. But
Let's change that
yeah,
to
but
an A.
this is about having fun. It's not about making sense. Well, I couldn't wait to go to the beach with his family. He had a grudge match with. It's an A one-eyed seagull. I wrote Anne. No, I guess
Oh,
it's
I
A.
thought I thought
No, I think you're right. I think it's A.
yeah.
And because some words are just weird like that. With a one-eyed seagull to settle from the last time his family visited the area. All right. The seagull landed on his plate and tried to snatch a chicken tender. So Ike threw his frisbee at the feathered rat and knocked his eyeball out.
Oh man, Ike's the one that
I went from like he went to the beach to like he almost killed a seagull.
this seagull has reasons to hate Ike. Oh my.
Oh my god! Did you when you wrote one-eyed seagull? Did you imagine that Ike was the one that made him a one-eyed seagull?
No, I just thought that was a way to color the seagull. Give it some character.
Oh no, but I took it. I went hard with it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, animals take such a pounding in these shows. I swear, it's like I don't know what it is. This I love animals, so the fact that almost every animal has almost every single episode has some form of animal abuse on it is kind of discouraging. Where are we going with this? Ike may have marked the seagull for life, but losing a tender to a bird in such a way ensured that his girlfriend
Never respected him again.
But ensured that his girlfriend never respected him again. All right. So for a beach element, I'm just gonna say girlfriend, just to make it easy. You bring your girlfriend to the beach. Yeah, that's in such a way. Hold on, I don't know if that makes sense either. Ike may have marked the seagull for life, but losing a tender to a bird in such a way.
It's put in such an embarrassing way.
I would say in such an embarrassing way.
Yeah.
Way would have made sure that his girlfriend, right?
No, this happened. His girlfriend completely does not respect him anymore.
But I thought he stopped the seagull from stealing the tender. So the seagull got away with the tender.
Yeah, it was determined. I guess that is true, though.
I'll change mine. The seagull landed on his plate. Well, you know what? We are very particular about tender continuity here at We have to know whether or not the seagull stole the tender. So
I mean, he could lose his eye, but he kept his talons clenched.
So no, what I put tried. So he tried to snatch a tender. So if I just write
There we
the
go.
seagull landed on his plate and snatched the chicken tender. So he did snatch it. It happened.
Okay.
It was where I put a water bottle somewhere. So he stuck it, and now so he lost his girlfriend. You know what it
Yep.
was? I put little Ike. I was thinking this was a little kid, and now he's got a
I mean,
boo.
it could be. This could just be a young romance between two little kids.
All right, two little kids. I was gonna write rubbing suntan lotion on her, but like now that we're going little kid around, that would have been a bad
We should
idea.
probably clarify the age before writing any such sentence.
We should get into we should probably get into some age here stuff here. So we're gonna write. Did you bring your homework, Ike? his mom, his moth, his mom asked while carrying an umbrella under her arm. That's such an embarrassing name, Ike.
Mm-hmm.
So now we know if he's going to the beach with his mom, and his mom calls him Ike and asks if he brought his homework. I don't know, middle school, elementary school age. So he brought his homework, and he was ready to take on a one-eyed seagull. Grabbing more luggage.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we actually don't have a setting here, so I'm gonna throw in a setting.
Okay.
Yeah, you only reminded me about 4 or 5 times, snapped Ike, grabbing more luggage to carry. I'm gonna go grab a nice spot. I'm gonna go grab a nice spot. I'm trying to like think. I don't want to be easy with it, but by the water, yelled his dad while taking off. You know what? I'm gonna go grab a nice spot. Yelled his dad while taking off towards the water. So the water is the beach element there, and now we have a setting. So they're actually at the beach.
Oh yeah, I think we kind of forgot about the beach thing for a little bit there.
Well, I knew it was the beach, but I just said he couldn't wait to go to the beach. But
Yeah.
they could have been on the car ride, or they could have been like
We probably covered it with the
they
seagull.
maybe. But you know what? Now we got some action there. So his dad's actually running towards the water. So you got to think that they're in the parking lot or something.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get some action going with this seagull. I clutched his back close to him.
Oops.
Bag.
There we go.
You could just keep writing. Oh,
Let's do bag. Yeah.
bag. You know what? If you write beach bag, I'll help you. If you write beach bag, that's the beach element.
There we go.
I clutched his beach bag close to him. Inside was a secret weapon to deal with old One Eye. Oh, now he's got a name. that is a little sexual for my taste, but we'll just ignore the innuendo for this story.
I could change it.
No, I love it. Just leave it.
Okay.
Just leave it. One-eyed seagull. The one-eyed gull. Old one-eyed gull. He sounds like a nice pirate.
I kind of like that. One-eyed gold. Yeah.
With old one-eyed gull. Walking across the sand. Ike kept his head on a swivel, scanning the horizon for I want to describe the wings. But what kind of wings? I need an adjective here
Uh,
for ferocious gull wings.
yeah, I was trying to think of a noisy word.
Ferocious gull wings. uh,
Okay.
this is gonna turn into a battle. This is like
Yeah.
building some anime level suspense here. So where'd you get the name Sketch from? Did you just make that
Um,
up? You were just like, I need a name.
everybody under the sun has a username that is their name plus draws, and I just thought I don't want to do that. I'll just do the other word for drawing,
For
which is
draw.
sketching.
It works. It doesn't matter what it is. It works. Do you do live sketches?
I have, and it's a terrible experience for me. I'm not I'm
Some
not
people love
quite
it.
good
Some
enough.
people are like, it's the best thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, but when I did it in the past, I realized very quickly that it takes all of my brain to draw. So I can't hold a conversation at all when I'm
So
drawing.
this is so me trying to talk to you while you're writing is must be nerve wracking.
No, this is less so, less so.
Less so. Yeah, people I've noticed doing this show that people don't talk while they write. So
Yeah,
although this is kind of fun and it's nice to show people, having a guest on, they're just not used to chatting and coming up with words at the same time. It can be difficult because it's a
it,
solitary task, you know?
it really tickles the part of your brain that wants to plan ahead.
It does. It does. You can't plan ahead with this show.
Yeah, it's true.
It would just get ruined. Like I doubt you think you know what I'm about to do here.
Let's find out.
As he was about to get smacked in his sunglasses. There we go. I just threw sunglasses on his face. The ball stopped in midair because of a slender. No, the ball stopped because of a slender, girly arm that snatched it out of the air. I'm bringing his girlfriend into it. We forgot about her.
Okay, so I
I
should
didn't.
respect
I.
that and not change this to a new character.
You do not have to. You can do whatever you want because I didn't name her, but I'm letting you know my intentions.
Okay.
As he was
Oops.
about to get smacked in his glass. Because I could have like name dropped the girlfriend or something, but the sentence was going on long enough, so I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna slap a period on it and call it a day. So damn, Ike is in elementary school with a girlfriend at the beach. He's a little player. It was his girlfriend Luna.
I
Ike
want
and
to change
Luna.
that name to Kaya.
Ike and Kaya.
I was trying to think of like a surfer name.
Okay. Yeah, Kaya.
And this is the beach element. She is a 10 or 12-year-old lifeguard.
Works. She saves lives. It was his ex-girlfriend, Kaya, and he almost didn't recognize her in her lifeguard uniform. What's a good beachy food?
Uh, I went to hot dogs. Is
Hot
that beach
dogs?
food?
I like. I don't think so. I mean, I could like picture someone eating a hot dog on a beach, but it's a big to do. You know, you got to bring the dog, you got to bring the bun, the condiments.
Yeah, I
I'm like,
immediately thought of Coney Island hot dogs. That's why.
you know,
Which I'm not sure.
beach. Do people
Ice
eat on
cream?
the beach? No, they don't.
Sometimes they drink. They drink on the beach.
They drink. Well, is she going to drink? You know what? Here we go. Here's a life. Here's a uh, I'm gonna like this. Where's you know, bring any more tenders. Kai. Kaya mocked him while sipping her non-alcoholic twisted tea, which is just that's just you have twisted tea.
Yeah.
No, well, a non-alcoholic twisted tea is just tea, right?
Yep. Less twisty.
It's less twisty. All right. I'm getting restless. We got to get this goal in here. We're just setting the stage.
Yeah.
Haha, I fake laughed in response. Rustling around in his bag with one hand to pull out.
I need to be beachy.
Oh, is this going to be his beachy secret weapon, or is this going to be something else?
Yeah.
You got a lot of beaches in West Virginia?
No, 0.
I've been to West Virginia once. It was for the Division
Nice.
III NCAA Final Four.
I have a second sentence in my head, but I can't go there.
No, you can't. You can't. Haha. I fake laughed in response, rustling around his bag with one hand to pull out his super soaker. Oh, I thought that was the end of it.
Since I can't do the second one, I'm going to add that
You're
on.
going to just kind of tack that on?
Yeah.
Full of anti-seagull serum. It was really jizz. No, I'm not gonna. I had to write that. I didn't have to write that, but
he could technically still be an adult. Maybe his mom just calls him Ikey.
That ironically that qualifies for my beach element. With one hand to pull out his super soaker full of anti-seagull serum. That bird is done for.
Mommy, what?
We're going to start new something. A new little line here.
Mommy.
That bird is done for. Ike. I don't know. What it was, I boasted while pumping the super soaker and aiming while pumping the boasted. I'm like my grammar's all off here. While pumping the super soaker and aiming into the horizon. I guess the horizon is the beach element there.
Okay.
And if you disagree, then too bad, because it's my show.
All right, that's fair.
All right, we're gonna get. If you don't do it here, I'm doing it. Round 1, fight. What do we got going on? What are you doing? Go away.
Although he begins to say, eyes circling back to Kaya, I could use a test run with this bad boy before trying it on the real thing.
Don't make me. No. Boom, boom. Kaya began to respond, but was cut off as a feathery blur dove between them.
Uh-oh.
Latching onto the super soaker and carrying it up into the sunny sky. Sunny sky is the beach.
All right.
You didn't have a beach element in your last one,
Oh no, you're right.
but we'll call that your mulligan because
All
we're
right.
always. So yeah, we're off to the races here.
It's on now.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
I was just about to type that.
Did you like the Donkey Kong movie? Oh, not the Donkey Kong movie. The Mario movie.
It was all right. I saw it. I paid money to see it,
I,
and
s-
it
I
was
saw
entertaining.
it. I saw it, and then I left, and then I went on with my life.
Yep,
I
pretty much.
want them to. I saw the thing where they did the timeline like the MCU, but they had Super Mario Brothers on there, and they were gonna like have Link and Kirby, and then they were gonna culminate in a Smash Brothers. I want them to do that.
That would be that would make all the money. Not even $1 billion.
I mean, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they announced the Zelda movie, but they're going to do live action. Like
They did, and
that
I'm very
ruins,
curious to see how they're going to approach that.
that ruins it. If it was animated, they could have done Smash Brothers. I mean, there's a very good chance that it could go wrong, but I felt they did a good enough job with Mario that they could keep it going. It had a good tone. It had a Smash Brothers tone to it.
Yeah,
The one-eyed gull landed 30 yards away, crunching the water gun in half in its powerful beak. Damn. Just like that, weapon is obsolete. And then cawed forth in terror?
with a taunt.
Cawed forth with a taunt.
Okay, I was trying to make it to where the bird is the one that says it's on like Donkey Kong, but I'm just going to leave it as is for now.
The other birds knew. They could,
Yeah, they all
they
understood.
could translate.
There we go.
Seeing his nemesis. No. For the tender. Ike screamed while charging at the one-eyed gull. You know what? Because I'm lazy. I'm not even going to type it. I'm just going to copy and paste. Ike screamed while charging at the one-eyed gull. His flip-flops. His flip-flops have a dash between them? I think so, right?
I think so, yeah.
His flip-flops smacking against the sand as he ran. That's a nice battle cry. For the tender! Mwah. All these stories devolve into a fight somehow. I don't know why, but every episode there's
I
a
know we were kind of in a hole here, but we can try to go away from that trend.
no. You know what it is? Violence is easy. It's a lot of action.
It's true.
You gotta have these stories have to have conflict. I was gonna say, what it was the anti-gull serum gonna become a factor? The anti-gull serum began to react with the air now that it was released from its container. You know what I just had a visual of in Batman vs Superman? You know when he sprays the kryptonite up into his face?
Yeah.
And then he becomes weak, and then Batman just starts punching him. I just had a visual of the kid just going to town on the seagull after he got hit with the kryptonite.
I'm trying to think of a beachy element to throw in here somehow.
Well, if you want it, here, I got it for you. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
No, I got
Describe
it.
the air. There you
I
go.
got it. Salty air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, you're up.
That never happened to me with my
Oh, is that it? You finished the sentence? The anti-gull serum began to react with the salty air now that it was released from its container.
I'm
Oh, you
handing it
didn't.
off to you. You get to decide what that means.
I'm gonna go with the dawn of justice moment.
Okay.
This is gonna be. Uh,
Are they both going to have the same first name for their mom?
what do you mean?
This Ike and the seagull.
Are they gonna have the same first name for? Oh, Martha.
Yeah, Martha.
Old one-eyed gull staggered. What did he land on? Did you write what did he land on? He just said
No,
landed.
30 yards away.
Yeah, he didn't say what he landed on. Old one-eyed gull staggered after having breathed in the airborne serum. Here, staggered on the, I don't know.
Beach towel?
Oh, no, I know what it is. I got it. Do not climb the rocks sign.
That's perfect.
After having breathed in the airborne serum. And Ike took advantage of the moment by clocking the dumb bird in his dumb beak. Do seagulls have beaks?
I think so.
I don't know. If only we had a device that gave us access to all the information we could ever want.
No, let's just go in blind.
A seagull. First I'm going to look at a picture of a seagull. Yeah, they have a beak. They do have a beak. Yeah, they really do look like rats with wings.
Oh, we're on page 2.
Do I have to? I always forget that I have to scroll on the screen that we're sharing because I don't type on that screen. Oh. Oh, I gotta move. I hear you typing, but I'm on the first page, so I'm like, why are no words showing up? It was a decisive blow, but the seagull was made of stern stuff. We don't need a comma there. And retaliates with a flurry of pecks to Ike's nose.
Ike's sunscreen
Slathered
nose.
I was gonna do that, but I chose sunglasses instead earlier.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
No, you can't steal sunglasses.
But you already brought it in, so I'm just building off of what you said.
But you don't want to. But the sunscreen nose was your beach element.
Okay. We'll let it ride.
He's got the whole 9 yards. He's got the glasses. He got the nose going.
Wants to be past tense.
He's got the flip flops. It was a decisive blow, but the seagull was made of certain stuff and retaliated with a flurry of pecks to Ike's sunscreen slathered nose.
Can I add a this cacao?
Why not?
Okay.
Stay away from my man. Kaya bellowed while hurling a. Is this a real word? Conch shell?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a word I saw in Final Fantasy, and I'm like, I don't know if that's something they made up. No. While hurling a conch shell at. Do I still have it? Yeah, one-eyed gull. I'm gonna type it anymore. Stay away from my man, Kaya bellowed while hurling a conch shell at the one-eyed gull. Conch shell is that like big shell, right? You could listen to it.
Yeah,
because they use that in like Zelda. They're like, you have to blow the conch shell, and I'm like, I think they made that up.
Do you watch SpongeBob at all?
I mean, I do. I'm not like a religious SpongeBob watcher.
Okay, well, there is a fantastic episode that involves a conch that I recommend you watch.
My favorite SpongeBob episode was when a food inspector came by the what is it called? The Rusty Crab or whatever, the salty
Hmm.
crab, and and he caught something, so they killed him and put his body in the freezer.
Oh God.
I was just like, what? What is going on with this show? A large burly man with we bring in a new character. A large burly man who is actually 60 seagulls in a trench coat.
This is something Ike has to solve for himself.
Oh, this is that's just a random guy.
Yep.
A large burly man, secretly the Rock.
Yeah.
The deep tan places a hand on Kai's shoulder and gently waves a finger at her. Action. This is something Ike has to settle for himself, brudda. I would say brudda would be the beach element there, right?
It works for me. I
All
thought
right.
deep tan maybe, but yeah.
What do we got? How much time? We have 41 minutes. All right, so let's do 3 for 3 here, which if Caden has ever listened to an actual full episode of the show, he would know
No.
that 3 for 3 is when we start to wind down. We still do the same thing. We're going to alternate sentences, but I get 3 more and you get 3 more. So we know how many we have left.
Okay.
Follow?
So we each have 3 left then.
We each have 3 left.
Okay.
It's just a way for us to like say we're going to start winding things down and trying to put a wrap on this.
That's fair. I did just introduce a new character, so you have to
No,
curb me somehow.
No, he is the mysterious beach guy who is probably going to give us one big life lesson at the end, and that's it.
The one that looks in the camera and says it. Yeah.
He like the Legend of Bagger Vance. You know, Will Smith just shows up out of nowhere and teaches. He's the beach Vance. So
I like it.
let's see how we're gonna do this. I want to get back to this fight. I want to get some action going. What happened to my computer? Did it just die?
Oh no.
No, please don't tell me you died.
I didn't actually address what happened to the goal when the conch was thrown at it. So you still have that.
Oh, that's it. He said all this while the conch slowly
No, that's anime.
So I'm going to transition over here to actually writing on this computer now because it says it's charging, but it wasn't really charging. You know that when that happens?
Yeah.
You get my iPad to set fire.
What did I just do? No, we're going back. Here we go. The conch shell was off target and smacked Ike in the back of the head,
Ooh.
causing him to stumble onto the slippery moss covered rocks. That the moss rocks are our beach element.
Okay.
So that's 1 down for me. I got 2 left. I imagine like a Highlander-esque battle between Ike and the seagull on top of the rocks. But you know what's good? Usually I have more weapons involved with these stories in our fights. So it's good to just have an elementary age boy against a one-eyed seagull without like just good old hand-to-wing combat, you know?
Yeah.
The seagull left its perch on the sign and flew higher up on the rocks, inviting Ike to settle this once and for all. As the waves crashed all around their
Arena?
You could just sure that works. The seagull left its perch on the sign and flew higher up on the rocks, inviting Ike to settle this once and for all as the waves crashed all around them. Yeah, good. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up. Combine it. Why does it say Ike? It wants to say like. Like it's Ike's not a real name. Like you didn't choose the name Ike for this person. Is Ike short for something? Is that short for Dwight? Like
Yeah,
Dwight Eisenhower was Ike, right?
yeah.
What is Ike short for? Isaac or Dwight? It could be either one. It's weird. Anyway, all right, let's get this going now. This is my specialty. Just getting
Wrapping things up.
So we had to write a story in 8th grade. I don't really remember what it was, and I don't remember the assignment, but I asked the 8th grade English teacher, "Can I depict a fight scene?" And she said yes. So for 8th grade, for my writing assignment, I wrote a fan fiction between Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting each other.
That's awesome.
She's like, "Frank, what is this?" I was like, I asked you if I could write a fight scene, so I did.
Was it like super gory?
It wasn't super gory, but it was like very powers based. So it was like on floating islands. So they had to use the ice and the rope to like kind of get between the islands, and it was cool. So anyway,
Did she understand it? Could she follow it?
I didn't really care, to be honest with you.
It was for you.
It was not for her. No. The conch shell was off target and smacked Ike in the back of the head, causing him to stumble onto the slippery moss-covered rocks. The seagull left its perch on the sign and flew higher up on the rocks, inviting Ike to settle this once and for all as the waves crashed all around them. I could just imagine the seagull, like, with his wing just, like, come on.
Like Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah. Ike bounded from rock to rock before engaging with the seagull. Engaging with, you know what? No, go away. Don't want that. No, why is it seagull now? Ugh. Stupid copy paste. With grumpy one-eyed gull, I bounded from rock to rock before engaging with grumpy one-eyed gull, exchanging blow for blow, fist with wing, until each of them had salt water mixed with the blood covering their battered faces. There we go. I went hardcore with it.
You know what image this gives me is a very slow motion, like the rain going past them, Zack Snyder-esque cinematic fight. But then it zooms back out, and you see them from like far away, and it's just like the most non-epic thing ever. Like this guy was wrestling with a bird.
Yeah. So let's paint the scene here. You have an elementary school boy, a one-eyed seagull. They're on top of moss-covered rocks on a beach, fighting with their going blow for blow as waves crash upon them like it's the Highlands in Scotland or something.
Yeah. They have beaches in Scotland. Maybe they are there.
Yeah, maybe they're in Scotland. We should have given the Scottish accent the entire time.
Oh man, that would have been so good.
I'm sorry if there are any Scottish people in the audience, but I cannot understand what you're saying, like ever. I can't. It's just I don't know.
But we love you.
I can't understand how they understand what they're saying.
It's one of my favorite accents. If you could change your feet, would you? That's that line from Brave. All right, what do I want to do? I have 2 sentences left.
You have 2. I have 1, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that in there. With at least one of my 2 sentences left, I finally gotten the epic cinematic action sentence of them just going to town on each other. That was what this entire story was building to. Once you said he needed to like get revenge on a seagull, I'm like, somehow, some way, I'm gonna get them fighting on top of rocks. Their faces all bloody, just over a chicken tender. That would be the greatest. If at the end the skull just throws up the chicken tender and hits him in the face.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got going on. You think that Super Soaker was the only thing I had prepared for you? Cries at Ike, landing a kick on One-Eyed Gull's chin. You're going into a second sentence here.
What if I turn that period to a comma?
I don't know if that works either, but we'll go with it. Grammar's not magic.
It can be.
I've been training in hand-to-hand combat. You got to write hand-to-wing combat.
Oh, that's yes.
Hand-to-wing. I've been training. He hasn't been training to fight. He's been training to fight this one goal.
Yep.
Since our last encounter. You know what? We are.
Where did we got 2 sentences left? One from you, one from me.
Yeah, you one for me, one for you. Now, the question is, should we end this on a happy note?
That's a good point. We could, if
Oh,
you plan to have a guest return, we could leave it on a cliffhanger.
We could have to leave it on a cliffhanger. You know what? I don't care what the ramifications of this are. I'm just going to do it.
Okay.
So you wrote cacaw, right? I'm just going to copy paste that. So that's this shit talking. It's just cacaw. Cacaw. One-Eyed Gull. The One-Eyed Gull. Screeched and dove forward like a torpedo, impaling his beak straight into Ike's chest and piercing his heart in the process.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Heart in the process. I gotta get a beach element in there. You didn't have a beach element either.
They're fighting a seagull, which is a beach element.
No, it's the rules of the game. So you think that Super Soaker was the only thing I prepared for you? Cries out Ike, landing a kick.
He could say last beach encounter.
There we go. And our last, you know what? I don't think we said sand. So there, sandy encounter. This entire time, I don't think we've said sand. Have we?
Now Ike is a writer since our last sandy encounter.
Let's see. Did the father run across the sand? No, towards the water. I don't think we've said sand this entire time.
No, I don't think we have.
Cacaw, the One-Eyed Gull, screeched and dove forward like a torpedo, impaling his. Here we go. Mustard. Why dripping beak? Why is it mustard dripping? I don't know. Maybe he got a pretzel before he came here. But
that just makes it worse.
I stopped for a snack on the way to kill you. Cacaw, the One-Eyed Gull, screeched and dove forward like a torpedo, impaling his mustard dripping beak straight into Ike's chest and piercing his heart in the process. I'm done. So, it's all on you. This is pressure.
Yeah.
I've never had a story that's been like this left open before going into the final sentence. Is he going to die? Is it going to be to be continued? Is he going to gas back to life and we're going to end on a cliffhanger? I got to see what he's saying. Ike knew One-Eyed Gull's attack had inflicted a general grievous wound.
Yeah.
But yet he smiles, knowing.
Oh,
so he's still alive. Let's see what's going on. Knowing his dastardly given himself a second heart before he came to the beach this time. Ike knew One-Eyed Gull's. Knowing he has the dastardly
I feel like I need a second sentence.
If you know what, if you end it, I'll wrap it up with one more. We'll cheat. I make the
Okay.
rules.
Okay.
I like that it's my show. I don't have to anybody tell me what to do.
Knowing. Oh. Okay. The. Oops. Is now vulnerable to Ike's counter.
We don't need but here.
Yeah.
Yet he smiles, knowing the Dasher Seagull was now vulnerable to Ike's counterattack.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe Ike took that attack, knowing that he was able to basically trade killing blows with the
Okay.
seagull.
So let's see. You need a beach element in there.
Okay. No.
Yet I got this one. Ready?
Okay.
Yet he smiles like sunshine. Yeah, he smiles like sunshine, knowing the Dastardly Seagull is now vulnerable to Ike's counterattack. All right, let's wrap this up here, Frank. I grabbed a hold of One-Eyed Gull's grabbed a hold of One-Eyed Gull's wings at the base and ripped them apart and ripped
Oh my god.
and ripped them off.
Just clean up.
Clean off, lifting them into the air and unleashing a battle cry of pure victory that won back Kaya's heart. The end.
And you know what? We can't type it because that would be more sentences, but I bet he turns those wings into tenders.
Yes.
Man, that was
P.S.
brutal.
P.S. He turned the wings into tenders. Oh, I know. I could just do epilogue. Epilogue. He turned the wings into tenders.
Yeah, him and Kaya ate
Beautiful.
them over a beach fire.
Beautiful. I'm actually pissed. I wanted Ike to die.
Oh no.
I was looking for a sad ending. I wanted the villain to win. I wanted Kaya to go over to him and just be like, no. And the Gull's like, you're my babe now, woman.
I would try it earlier. I was going to go that direction, but we veered off a different course where the seagull stole his girlfriend. I didn't know how silly we could get.
That's the beauty about the show. We could be as ridiculous as possible. So thank you, Kadin. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was somehow all of these episodes they devolve into a fight.
Well, if you ever have me on again next time, we won't do that. I promise.
No, now I'm going to do everything. You know what? That's going to be the theme of the episode. I'm going to do everything I can to try to get us into a fight, and you have to find a way to get us out of the fight.
I mean, I was totally ready for the seagull and Ike to become friends, and then like have to fight another fight, fight a greater threat of some kind.
I love the wise beachman who just shows up, says stops the girlfriend from getting involved.
Dude, you had that peg. That totally in my mind was Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, and no, and then I could have just put, and then he turned and walked off into the ocean. Chuck is no fight, no watch. So
No fight, no watch.
No, sorry.
Chuck likes the violence.
So, Kadin, tell everybody where they can follow you, and Loogie and Loogie. I like that.
Loogie, Kadin sketch, Kadin, and then the word sketch sandwiched together is my username on pretty much every social. And if you want to follow Loogie, that sounds like it's something that would appeal to you, then you can find it as it's linked in almost all my socials as well. So you can find it there.
That's what you got to do. Just leave it up there, and eventually it all funnels down to it.
I trust you to be savvy enough internet user to find me and find my campaign.
that's gonna be my thing when somebody says, Frank, where can everybody find you? Be like, I don't know. Type in Fight Martin Comics. You'll get to it somehow. Like, if you can't find me, I don't want you as a fan. How about that?
Yeah, you're too incompetent. That's
All
mean.
right.
A lot
All
of it's
right.
more about laziness, you know? They just want to
Yeah,
click a link.
I know. I know. You could find me on Reddit and MySpace and Twitch and Facebook and Instagram. And I should just list all my handles for the entire show.
Have them go by the
Anyway,
screen.
I think we're getting too silly here. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you,
okay.
everybody, for chiming in. Until next time, remember to write now.